One of the areas I get a lot of questions about is baptism. Questions like, when should I get baptized? Do I need to be in a certain place spiritually to get baptized? And what if I was baptized as a baby? So I want to take a few minutes and talk about baptism, and in doing so, answer some of these questions. First, here's what baptism is. Baptism is the public declaration of a new association. And the new association is the decision to follow Jesus. And it's public. It's letting people know that I've decided. That's why our baptism shirts, if you've seen them, they say, I've decided. As we read the New Testament, we see this public declaration was made right after someone made the decision to follow Jesus. We read 8 accounts in the book of Acts of people or groups of people deciding to follow Jesus. In all 8, they are immediately baptized. Now, why did they do that? Because Jesus commanded us to. Jesus' last words before he ascended, here's what he said. He said, go and make disciples, baptizing them. First thing Jesus commanded, be baptized. And if that isn't enough, Jesus also did it. There are a few common barriers that most of us have to being baptized. Let me go through the most common. Here's a big one. I would, but I'm not ready. Within that statement is the belief that baptism is a step we take when we have our life all together. But baptism isn't about our readiness. It's an acknowledgement that we will never have our life all together. It's why we need to be baptized. It's why we need Jesus. People say, I'm not ready. My response is, yeah, and that's the point. Baptism isn't about what we do, but what God has and will do in our lives. Another common barrier is this. I've been following Jesus for a while now, and I was never baptized. Do I still need to do it? As I mentioned earlier, baptism is the very first thing Jesus commanded us to do. If you're refusing to be baptized for whatever the reason, it would be like me saying to my wife, Donna, hey, I'll give my life to you. We then get married. First thing she asked me to do, no, I'm not going to do that. What does that say about our relationship? By refusing to do the very first thing Jesus commands you to do, what does that say about your relationship? Whose term is it on? Doesn't matter how long. If you haven't, you need to take the step and be baptized. Final barrier. I don't need to do it because I was baptized as an infant. Now, this is my story, and I treasure that. But the very definition of baptism means someone else can't do it for you. Someone else can't publicly declare a decision you made. You need to do that. Getting baptized doesn't dishonor what your parents or grandparents did. It actually affirms what they did. And you should be forever grateful for what they did. We do baptisms here throughout the year. And if you've made a decision to follow Jesus, whether it was recently or years ago, and you haven't made it public through baptism, there's a link below to sign up. Invite as many people as possible to see you get baptized, especially those in your life that aren't Jesus followers. And as you do, I look forward to cheering you on from the front row.